Alright, this will be a quick one, I think. While I eat. I don't know about you, but I really love when the joke's on me. Like, being a quote-unquote spiritual person, I think a lot of us come in with a particular psychology, especially if you identify as an avatar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look up ascendedmasterresources.com or just type in kimmichaels.info, and you'll come to a directory of different web pages, and one of them in particular breaks down what it is to really be on Earth, how this world was created, who we are, why we're here, what we're doing, and the different type of beings that exist on this planet, and why we're here. Avatars have been known throughout time to be beings that are human. You know, they look like you and me because they are like you and me. They are you and me. That chose to come here for a particular reason. We had reached certain levels of consciousness on other planets, certain levels of attainment, and heard the cry from Earth and decided it was our job to come and help. Motivated by whatever. And so that creates a certain level of psychology, a certain type of psychology. And the pattern that I've noticed is there's a lot around codependency and the desire to try to save and focus externally outside on other people and really ultimately cross their free will, because doing it from the outer mind, like the mind that sees in duality and sees like this is someone's psychology. Here's someone in front of me with a particular psychology. I know what they need, or I can see what they need, and I'm here to save and fix them and support and help them. Meanwhile, no one asked me. There's not even energetic opening for me to come in and do that. And it's none of my business, you know? And that's not to be like aloof or careless, but like people get themselves into their own messes. And the only thing that can save anyone is themselves. There is no external force that can save them. This is why the Piscean age is dead, y'all. Is dying. This is what I think we're coming to grasp with. We're realizing, shit. The facade and fantasy that there's any sort of external savior that could possibly come and fix me or fix my problems or save me from this wretched earth and these predicaments that I got myself in to begin with. Like, these were choices that I made based on my own psychology, you know, that got me in this mess. And the only one that can get me out is me. And I can invoke light from the Ascended Realm, the Ascended Masters. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's worth looking up. And I recommend the book Power of Self by Kim Michaels. It's on morepublished.com. And it really goes into the nuts and bolts of a lot of stuff too, if you prefer a book, because it's a great book. But yeah, so what I'm realizing after coming back from this conference, the Ascended Master conference that I was in Chicago, like I started to really get in touch with like my intuition even deeper, and my intuitive faculties and my senses, that in my day-to-day life, I have created a certain dynamic energetically where I don't attune to what's alive and well, energetically speaking, so that I can't, like, I get in these patterns and these ruts to keep making the same decisions over and over again. But, you know, energy doesn't lie, and we can talk all day long, but there's underneath the words that you say, there's energy. And if you're closed to something, anyone that's trying to like beat down the door to get you to open it up, from a place of codependency or from a place of like not respecting your energy and where you're at, like that's just, it's codependency, and it's having no respect for free will. And that shit will ricochet back onto you if you're doing that to someone so hardcore. Like anything, this is what the law of free will guarantees, and the law of karma guarantees is really what I'm talking about here now. Anything that you do and send out will come back tenfold. Everyone always gets what they give. And this isn't a moral judgment. This isn't a value judgment. This isn't to say you've done anything right or wrong. It just has nothing to do with that. You live in a computer simulation, basically. You live in a reality simulator. And anything that you're putting out there into the field, you get it back. So anything that you're focusing on, you're getting back. Any lack that you receive, you're going to get back. And especially if you are crossing someone's free will because you're trying to fix them and you're trying to basically not listen to their boundaries, not listen to them, because you're only in this for your own ego and to fulfill an agenda created by a separate self that you took on by having the trauma that you experienced when you came onto this planet. You know, we create these separate selves, and in parts work in modern psychology they call them parts. But there's another book written by that same man, Richard Schwartz. They call them unattached burdens or something like that. But these fuckers are attached, and we just gotta let them go back home to Creator, because it's just like they're created out of delusion, because they were created in duality. Delusion, duality. And so the more that you can come back home into oneness, and you can come back home to what is real, like the real reality, the more these things have like spaciousness off of you, so you can let them go and let them die. And it doesn't mean that's going to be comfortable or easy. Some of these things are so lodged deep within us. Some of these separate selves have entities attached to them, because the only way that you can have entities attached to you or have any of these ghosts attached to you is if you have something in you that is magnetically connecting to that being. So there's nothing out to get you. It's all an illusion. And the only thing that you can do to mitigate and radically shift your life is if you go inside of yourself, because that's all you need. You can call forth help from the Ascended Masters, but you can't, even then, it's like forming a codependency on them to save you. It's such a trip. This Piscean age has fucked us up. It's like been so beautiful in so many ways, but like that's the lesson I think I'm realizing. It's just like there ain't nothing out there that can save me. Yes, these are my comrades, these ascended beings that stayed with Earth to help pull us all up, because that's what's going on. This ascension process, they're connecting to our I am presences, our conscious use, and they are like pulling us all up, because we're invoking them. A lot of us that don't even realize we've been interacting with the ascended realm. We just know that, hey, I'm interacting with spirit and I feel like this is God and I'm being propelled forward and I feel like I'm protected. I'm feeling like I'm being guided, and it's just like the whole time it was these beings. Rudolf Steiner talks about them. You know, it's just throughout history, it's just these ascended masters that have started out like you and me, like regular ass people, maybe not super regular. Maybe they were the original inhabitants that started out. I'm pretty sure that that's possible. I'm not trying to like create any sort of division here, but it's like, you know, people like you and me, avatars like you and me, original Earth inhabitants like me and you and me, even though I'm not, but still, everyone, it's free game. We all have it in us to ascend out of this Earth prison, you know? And it's not to say that, what am I trying to say? It's just, everything's always within you. Jesus wasn't lying, homie. Like, Jesus wasn't lying. The kingdom of God is within you, and calling forth the highest light on a daily basis and attuning deep and creating space and creating this attunement inside of you. Like, that's how you get there. That's how you get there. There's nothing externally that's going to save you. I did this Archangel Michael Rosary finally, the spiritual crisis one that I've been like dabbling because I can pull myself out so easy of a crisis now. It used to be like days and days that I would be in it and I couldn't even function. But now I'm just like, oh, I went in it and I can pull myself out. But in it, even in Archangel Michael, he was like, you need to admit that like you've got, what you're experiencing is a product of your actions and what you have done. This isn't to shame you. This isn't to blame you. There is no value judgment here. It's just like everything that you need is within you. You are an aspect of God. You have the power to undo all of this, not with a flip of a magic wand or a snap of a finger, but by creating and making different decisions and different choices, because we are a sum total product of the choices and decisions that we make. And a lot of us just make the same choices and the same decisions, thinking the same shit every single day, because we get in these little boxes and it confines and creates these patterns. It's not always going to be this way for everyone. Some people don't have this, but it's so often the case when you're surrounded by the same thing every day, doing the same thing every day. What do you think it's going to get? You're just going to keep getting the sameness. So it's worth it to call forth something else, to have these different ways to break out of the routines and the patterns, even if it's just little things, the small steps. And he was talking about like taking those small steps. This shit doesn't just happen overnight. This healing doesn't happen overnight. The radical change of your life doesn't happen overnight. But if the consistency is there and the persistency and the discipline is there, I'll be damned, you will get there. And so, yeah, in the rosary, he was saying like, I'm going to be with you for a time until you realize that I'm always with you. And you don't need to call forth any external thing, because it's within you. I'm always with you. The force and the power of God is always within you. You just got to remember that and wake up, because the delusion of this world, there's a force, there's an army, there's Armageddon of dark forces out there that want to get you to think that that's not true. They want you to believe the lies, the illusions of this world, because it keeps you trapped in it. It keeps your energy like being sucked out of your vessel. Anything that's reinforcing a sense of duality or polarity or extremes is false. I hate to break it to you. Like, this or that, right or wrong, it's just information, it's experiences, and you ultimately get to choose what you want to attune to and with. If you want to choose a life where there is what would be perceived as bad things or unpleasant experiences, you have every right to do it, baby. You have every right to do it. Ain't nobody stopping you. People can shame you. People can do all that. But like, if you're magnetizing that to you, why are you complaining? This is what you wanted. Even if you consciously or unconsciously didn't realize you made that choice. Somewhere back there in your psychology you did. And it doesn't have to be this way. So, I don't know about you, but I'm doing this process of radically shifting my consciousness and attuning to something else that I really actually want, that I never actually experienced. That I'm not sure if I've ever actually experienced on this earth. At least not for a millennia, millions of years, potentially, you know? I don't know how long I've been here, but it's been a long time. It's been a long ass time. A lot of us have been here for a long ass time. And I've had enough. I've had enough of the struggle and the strife and the same shit, different day. Because I keep choosing the same thing, getting the same thing. The same brain that got me into this mess isn't going to be the same brain that gets me out. It's going to be something else. So, you feel me? You with me? There's so much to talk about and so much to say and do and be and have and beget. But for now, I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go. And enjoy your beautiful life. And don't be hard on yourself. Take a baby step. Do something different. Brush your teeth with a different hand. Your non-dominant hand. Drink water. Chew food on the other side of your mouth. Like, I don't know. Write a letter to someone, to yourself with your non-dominant hand. I don't know. Break it up. Break it up. Go on a different route when you take your walk today. Pet your cat with a non-dominant hand. Like, I don't know. Break it up. I believe in you. I'll talk to you soon.